The idea that you can bring together technology, people and place, the three key pillars of an organisation, three key overheads, mix them up, collide them and see something very new and achieve real innovation has been what I've understood and realised today. And I think that we are at an inflection point. I think that organisations can grab this and move across the silos and achieve something very new.
The thing that struck me was that we use this phrase, the art of the possible. I don't think very many people understand what we have today, available today, to actually do this, and it's real and it's available, and yet there's a barrier, there's a block in the way people think in organisations generally about how to do this. It's either hard or it's expensive or the returns aren't there and all those things. And I think it's up to my guys and the organisations generally in IT to be able to get past that and think differently about it. So I think it's about the fact that it's not fictional, it's real and here and now, and there aren't that many companies doing it. I think there's an element of threat here in terms of companies that don't get it. They will potentially be disadvantaged significantly in a relatively short space of time, not just by other companies, established companies that get it, but by completely new companies that get formed. So I think that's an interesting, very interesting dynamic that's going to happen quickly.
I think the interesting thing for me is the way that the baby boomers versus Gen Y debate was set up. So I just sneak in under the Gen Y band, and I suppose I hadn't really thought of it being a threat to how organisations work. I suppose I've seen technology as a real opportunity. So how older generations respond to that, I think, was the really interesting point of view.
I guess the thing that came up a lot was the really subtle interplay between physical infrastructure, such as the building, and the IT infrastructure, which is more and more we have to think of those things as one thing that enables people to get their work done, that enables organizations to get the best out of their people, rather than in the past where they've been very separate. The building design has been completely separate, and then the IT has been kind of plunked on top of it. I think that came up sort of again and again, and that was one of the things that I really took away.
What was interesting for me was the understanding that, if you like, some of the Microsoft people were able to illustrate how the people they're talking to are aware of many of these issues, but that they appear complicated, all organisation embracing, and that the organisation often has many different stakeholders to consider, and there's uncertainty as to who should be the catalyst or what should be the catalyst for change. And therefore, that kind of leads me to think what we need to do is to find actionable issues and events that we can try to encourage organisations to have get some kind of experience of thinking about what the hybrid organisation will look like. So something that's practical and doable.